Welcome back to Foundry Update 3. My name is Nilaus and we are here with the second episode of reviewing the new content of Update 3. And, well, I was thinking there would be 3 episodes, but I think 2 episodes is enough because basically what we want to cover today is we want to cover Xeno Logistics, which is a super cool new feature, and also the weird new feature about the robots, and also looking at the operator robots. So in the previous episode we unlocked everything here except some of this one, because that's a really annoying the construction process that I haven't set up, but yeah, it can be set up. So we have this Xeno Logistics which we want to do, and then we also have something that's not part of this system but some workstations. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to do is look at the Xeno Logistics. So there are 2 buildings for Xeno Logistics. There's this cool thing. This is a storage box, and it's a very big storage box, 40 slots. So probably a good idea to constrain that. Did that get constrained? Yes, it did. And this one as well. Constrain it so that it is not filling up entirely. So what we want to do is we need to do a couple of things to make it work. First, we need to craft things, obviously. Then we need to put it into a box, one of these Xeno boxes, and then it becomes sort of uploaded to the cloud. Then if we want to download it to our inventory, then we need to do 2 other things, and one is we need to set up something here on the Xeno Logistics that says that what we want. And then we need to make a tower that covers a local area, and when we're inside a tower, basically like a Roboport in Factorio, but not quite. Here we need to be in range. However, unlike Factorio, where they actually need to be one continuous Roboport network from the place that is stored to the place that it is delivered, then that's not the case for this one. We just need to be within an area because it teleports there. So this means, probably easier to describe it, I have built something that I desperately need in my inventory, that is power poles and bigger power poles. So we're going to start by sort of taking these power poles and say, you know what, we need to get these out of here. So we take the power poles and we just shunt them in here. Input there. So now this will now be available to the network. You see, it fills up. Good. Then if I go here and then say I want to get some, is it power pole? Yes, power pole. Let's just get 1 stack of that. And I also want power pole, the big one, 1 stack of that. Then we can see the small power pole. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. So it's the last power pole. Last power pole we already got. So large power pole is sort of normal color. That means that it is in the logistics network. We are not in the logistics network, but this stuff is in the logistics network. So these things are available, but the red one means that this is not available in any boxes. So no matter what, we wouldn't be getting it. Now also notice that we do have too many large power poles, so we're not actually getting any. Let me destroy some. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm down to 23. Oops. Okay, so that's good. And then we're gonna get the other one, and that will be getting that in here. And when we see that that comes in, and as it comes in, yes, we have something in the logistics network. We don't know how much we have in the logistics network. There's no indication of that, but we do know we have something. And it's gonna fill up here. We have 8 in our inventory. Let's actually just drag that down here because we're probably not gonna need the lights. There we go. So that means this is now available to the logistics network, but it doesn't mean that we're actually gonna get it inbound yet. Because in order for us to get it inbound, we need to have this logistics tower. So we need to make the logistics tower, which is here, by the way, the Xeno Logistics container requires some Xeno scrap and Xeno crystal, and this one requires also Xeno scrap and Xeno crystal. So it's nice to have a steady supply of that, or just have some in your inventory for when you need to craft some more of this. And that will be, this inventory is so difficult to find out. So this thing has a 96 by 96 area, and we can place it wherever we want. It just covers some area around us. So let's, I don't even know where to plop it down, but let's just plop it down here. There. And then we need to connect it to a large power pole, or to a power pole. So it doesn't get the power from here. It's on the high power network, and then it needs to charge up to 80%. But as soon as it charges up to 80%, then what we will see is that we will see the equipment here. I have said that I want 5,000 building blocks, so we're definitely going to get some building blocks. We need 1,000 conveyor 3, and we don't have enough. We also miss a little bit of the conveyor slopes. I'm missing a little bit of the loaders as well, so that should also be coming in. Actually, I think I should also get, like, pipe is also an important thing to get. 500 pipe? 500? That's a lot. But that's not in the network, so, you know, that would be one more thing that we want to put into the network. And that's actually super easy to do, so let's just do that over here. Yeah, okay. Well, let's wait for this. Oh, we can actually see our inventory. If you look at the number of conveyor belts, they are, because this is now fueled up, then we can see that it is building up. And over here for the building blocks, they're also building up. And the way it works is that there is a certain speed that we can get one item. So if you need, in our case, 1,700 or 1,700 additional building blocks, I mean, that's going to take a lot of it. While now we have top up on all the slopes and inserters. So right now it's only the conveyor belts and the building blocks that are sort of filling into our inventory. And that means they'll alternate between these two. So it's a really cool way, but it's also like if you are getting like thousands and thousands of building blocks, then you might not see that it is super fast. So in the case of building blocks, it's probably easy just to grab it. Let me just add the pipe build here. We're now seeing that the pipe is flickering on and off, and that's because every time a new pipe is crafted, like this, it gets in and then it gets teleported to my inventory. So this box will be empty, full, and it's only when there is a buffer that it will be sort of consistently full. But that works fine, so that we have the pipes coming in. And let me just see where the pipes are in my inventory. They should be somewhere. Why? There we go. The pipes are accruing. Great. So that actually basically explains how that works. We need to set this up, and if you can also sort of have this exploration coverage here. You can see that I have built a little square there. So basically the idea is that you keep some of these logistics in your inventory, and then when you're out there building a new factory, make sure that you bring power or make local power. Then you plop down a Xeno Logistics coverage tower, and that means that you can then sort of build and you will automatically get things resupplied. Now it will require that you sort of do as I do here, like build a lot of different builds, because these boxes are a lot bigger than my normal boxes. I usually have the 2x2 boxes, but now we need the 4x4 boxes. Also, this is not a good idea to have a box and then another box. You don't need these intermediate boxes, just go straight for the big one. There is no way to do any trashing, so not like Factorio, where you can also set these to 0 and then it will sort of trash them. Unfortunately, not yet at least. Maybe that will come later. So that was basically logistics. I think this is an amazing ability, and particularly going to be amazing when it comes to later on when we get trains, because that means trains will mean that much longer distances, and then that's just kind of really awful. Now, let's look into the other feature, and that is about workstations. So here we have a workstation, and yeah, what is this? I have no idea. Well, it's a fun concept. There are 3 levels of workstations, which sort of correspond to when you get them. You can set the different robots or drones or bots here, but the robots are the best ones, so we'll do that. You can look in the inventory. If we look at each of these locations, you can see here workstation effect, machine speed 15. That's the hydro farm, but it only works for greenhouses, crystal refiners, and pump jacks. Crystal refiners? Oh, interesting. And they're basically split between assemblers and miners. They're basically split between either they making speed or efficiency. So here we have machine speed. So this transport drone is... So basically bots are the lower one, drones are the medium ones, and robots are the best ones. So vacuum bots can only work on smelters and only gets 2% efficiency. I like that there's either efficiency and the cleaning. So the cleaning is 2%, the vacuum bot is 2%, and the cleaning bot is 2%, and then the snack bot is machine speed for some reason. Machine speed 30%. That's actually quite a lot of machine speed. That's That's funny. Like, a screen bot is more efficient, but it only works on casting machines. This only works on Lightbot, works on mining machines. Efficiency 1.5. So you can see that they have, either of them have efficiency, or they have planter drones, mining drones, obviously on mining. Maintenance drones should be working a lot, right? And this is machine speed, not much. Okay. Efficiency and a quality calling bot. That's really weird. Research servers can also marine exploration bot. Okay. Here, yeah. So they work like this, but then the robots are somehow generally better. They're 25 and then 15% power consumption for the personal assistant robot. While we did get some other one that was 30%, like the Lightbot is 30%, but 20% here. Yeah, it's only on casting machines. Anything that's on assemblers, that's really what we want to look for. There, but that's only 5% machine speed. Yeah, so if we want to go good speed on assemblers, which is what is much, the best thing is probably going to be the personal assistant robot. Here, the operator bot is also really good because that gets us efficiency, 6% efficiency, but a lot of extra power. But operator bot is a new bot that we need to get. So let's start by also making that. Let's, yeah. So the robots are either 25% speed or efficiency. Machine efficiency. Combat robot is efficiency, but only on crushers. So if you want efficiency, we have to get the operator robot. Okay, right. So that is. And the workstations, you can see the different levels of workstations. Oh my god, we're really fast here. That is one workstation in here, and that means the effect of one robot. They don't expire, so once you put someone in, that's just how it is. They don't run out. So this one, we can now hit 2. We can also combine the different ones, and they get machine speed. And here we have like the bigger one with all 3. That's the biggest one we could get. This one is also particularly interesting because if we have 3 of these, they get to 75%. And then if I put in a Xeno power core in here, it gets up to 100%. So we can actually get 100% increased speed, which is pretty nice. But which actually would correspond to actually having 4 of these. So it just gives us a 33% extra for, yeah, that's a bit. The interesting or problematic part about this, here, can I just... Okay, no workstation in inventory. Let's make a workstation first. Here we have a workstation, and this is the thing that is bothering me a lot. Like, obviously, this design that I've built does not cater for this idea. So what does this mean? This means that these robots, for example, can be placed here. They have a block. This block out here is 6 deep and 12 wide. So 12 wide means that it can exactly hit. This is like the, I think this is intentional, that it is exactly like this, which means that you can have 4 belts. 1, 2, you have 3 belts in, and then the loader side, and then the assembler, and then you can have it out here. And this one will affect all 5 because it's 12 wide, which means it sort of hits. It just has to do a partial hit. So this one is hitting all 5 of these. And then if we want to sort of get this, let's start by well, we have the personal robot. They're gonna make it faster, so we know that. Is there anything we can do here? Yeah, let's we can kill some of this just to destroy content. Seems like a little bit aggressive, doesn't it? Fuck it. We'll just destroy it. Sure, it's done. Now you're gonna be working for a long time. That was 25,000 construction materials we just deleted. Oops. But that's all right. All in the name of science. Like out here, I have now built another location. This is where we built the robot arms, robot head, arms, legs, and no, torso, arms, legs, head. That's how it was. And let's start firing it up. And then hopefully I have set everything up correctly so we can see that these are going in. The arms are really annoying because they need some modular planning parts here, so we'll see if that gets working. Oh, please work. There. And let's see if anything comes out the other side. Yes, we got some torsos coming out. Some of this is working. Yeah, slowly huffing and puffing. And I guess it's because these two here, these are the slowest one, and they should be each able to feed 4 of these buildings. And over here we're also seeing a nice little steady supply that will just slowly trickle in here, and then it'll get ready to get in. We'd like to see something on all of them, and let's build it. And this is where we then build the operator bots, or operator robots, not bots. Good, so let's go in and see if it works. Okay, attaching some arms, attaching more arms. I love this part. Like, it's not because it's strictly necessary for us to see this, but I absolutely love this assembly machine. This is such a cool and interesting design. I don't know about the whole idea about branching and stuff like that. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, some people will probably like the whole idea of branching it. So, we got the head put on. Okay, so I did actually remember to do all the things in the right order. They're just not welded yet. So these operator bots, they are the ones that we'll... And we can see that things are hopefully accruing. It's accruing a little slower here, but it's as long as it's still accruing. And then these will be welded together, and then it will be painted. I think I'm painting it blue, which you can't see here. Well, there's a blue paint. And then we can wait for this. And then once it's going down here at the end, then I'm actually shipping them up to space to sell them for just whatever. But we won't be selling these. We'll be grabbing some, and so we can see how efficient they actually are when we are importing them. And then they should get a nice coat of paint. There we go. And can I pick them up? Yep. 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 That's 3. That's all we need, right? And just for the hell of it, I'm gonna take 3 more. There you go. All right, cool. Let's go back and see how efficient they are. I love this base. It's such a cool base. But I think there's some things that I would do differently. Like, for example, all of this was making bots. And I don't want to make bots on my bus because that's it's a bad idea. It's just going to drain too much materials. I want my bus to be only for materials. Oh, did we forget something? Yeah, we don't have one of those Xeno crystals. So I'm going to have to go over here and steal the Xeno crystal from you. Yoink. I don't have excess of that yet. And here. So, this one, we will now get... Where are the bots? There they are. 18%. And with this one in, we get 24%. What that means is that it will... Can we see this here? No. The construction materials are incredibly slow, yes. But that's because it's... Yeah. Hello, belt. There's something I forgot about this one. This is filling up more than a belt's worth, right? Because we're producing 200 per minute. Yes, okay, so easily overbuilding. But this part, you can see this little blue line. This is exactly like Factorio. So when the blue line it gets up to all the way up to 100, then it will produce a build for free. So that's pretty nice. Let's see if we have the other one here. Nope, that doesn't have any more. Okay. Let's just see when this one completes a free build. And here we can see it's at 96%. And then it goes all the way up. And, that's interesting. So it's emptying now. Why is this not getting a free construction? Maybe it is just not using materials, and it's not actually producing extra materials, but it just doesn't use materials. Let's see if this one sort of, when it completes, whether this one ticks down and refills here, and if this bar resets. Interesting. So it will actually be not effectiveness, but efficiency. Meaning that, yes. Okay, so these did not sort of flicker down and go up, so that means that it's not producing anything faster, it's just consuming less materials. Like, whenever the bar is full, the next one crafted will not cost anything. So, it's not actually as I would expected that it would be sort of producing an extra like it is in Factorio. It is not. It's not doing like this. It just means that it isn't using materials. So it just saves materials. It doesn't produce extra. Good to know. Right. So that is basically all of the stuff that is in update 3. The workstations, the Xeno Logistics, and the exploration. I think that's a really good additions. It's not enough to warrant a new playthrough, but it is something that just means that the game gets more fleshed out. I am absolutely going to do a clean playthrough in update 4 when the trains are there. I'm not going to be playing it on experimental because it's just not ready. So when it comes out in real for early access, then we'll be definitely starting a new playthrough all the way from scratch and taking all the stuff that we learned and incorporating it into a new playthrough. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found these reviews of the content for update 3 fun, interesting, and maybe inspire you to get back in the game. Until next time, take care and stay effective.